The name of my shop is Lomax Professional, and I represent Indianapolis, Indiana.
Okay.
How long have I been cutting and what inspired me to become a barber? I've been cutting licensed wise for about 13 years. And started cutting when I was 13 years old. What inspired me the most was my older brother, rest his soul. When I was 13, my mother sent him to barbering school, and I used to watch him cut my hair, my younger brother's hair, and of course the kids in the neighborhood. And then my grandmother was a beautician, and one of my aunts, she was a beautician. I had a cousin who was a beautician, and I was always fascinated with barbering beauty salons. Then I always noticed that this would be my path. Not at first. When I was younger, I told my mother when I was like 10 years old I wanted to be a beautician. But she's like, nah, do something a little more masculine, try barbering school. So I let it get away from me, but when I got older, like in my mid-30s, that's when I received a revelation from God that this is my path. And I prayed about it, man. That's when the journey began. What does entrepreneurship mean to me? As a black man, entrepreneurship is very important. It teaches me how to not only manage my business, but it also teaches me how to manage finances and manage my life as a whole. The hardest part about owning and building a barbering business is the process. It's a process. You have to be patient. My mom always reminded me that Rome wasn't built overnight, you know what I'm saying? And the great Chinese bamboo tree takes 7 years before it surfaces. So when I started out, I wanted to get right into making money, but it took a few years, man, to build people's trust and to build my clientele. So the hardest part is definitely trusting the process. What separates successful barbers from average barbers? Average barbers look as barbering as a job. Successful barbers look at it as a career. It's a big difference. This is what I do. In fact, I call myself Master Barber Bryan Lomax because that's who I am. I'm a barber. Barbering is in me. I don't get up and go to work. You know what I mean? I am the work. The advice that I would give new barbers trying to get started is to, like I stated before, trust the process. It's not going to happen overnight. Stay consistent and ask questions. Get out there and learn. You know, talk to some people that's been in the industry for quite some time. We would love to give you some pointers, you know, and listen. Always listen, because there's always a new trend and a new style. What makes the barber culture special and how did barber change my life? What makes it special, man, is the fact that I have several clients and I like to network with people. You know what I mean? It's more than just a chair experience. I consider myself a therapist. People sit in my chair and they tell me about their problems, and what I learn from one person, I educate somebody else. I teach somebody else. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The whole idea of meeting new people and networking with people, you know what I'm saying? Which allows me to put my game face on every day, you know what I mean? So I guess you can say I'm a superhero with clippers in my hand. Something that people outside the industry, they don't understand about barbers. They don't understand it. What they don't understand is that this isn't just a hustle. This is an actual business. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? We file taxes like everybody else does. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like just go in, cut a couple of hairs, get a couple of dollars. Nah, it's more than that. You know what I'm saying? You're changing people's lives. You know what I'm saying? When they sit in your chair, they come in one way, they leave. You want them to leave happy. You know what I mean? So yeah, this isn't a hustle. This is actual work for us. In my opinion, the city that has the strongest barber culture, hands down, is Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, I mean, they do it big. They always do competitions. In fact, a good friend of mine, Marcus Davis, he does a trade show every year. So people from all over the world come to the city of Chicago to do business and network and mix and mingle with other stylists and barbers. Why do I think community matters in this business? community matters in this business because I feel like the barbershop is the pillar of the community, next to the church. At one point in time, barbers were getting people registered to vote. Yeah, so I want to get that back to where politicians are doing tours in the barbershops. And I want barbers and barber owners and salon owners and stylists to start holding these people accountable. You know what I mean? And I'm going to help get that back. My biggest struggle coming up as a barber was getting people to believe in me and convincing people that what I do is a hustle. Was there ever a moment when I wanted to quit? Honestly, no. I never wanted to quit because this is my passion. And when you're passionate about something, you eat, sleep, and breathe it. I tell a lot of youngsters who want to get into barbering and own the business, I said, first, make sure this is what you're passionate about. Because if you're passionate about it, you're gonna be all for it on the good days and the bad days. Who inspired me the most during my journeys as a barber named Greg Kenny. He has the barber school, Kenny's Academy for Barbering. He used to cut my hair when I was a kid, and he's one of the people who really inspired me because I love sitting in his shop. I used to like watching him transform people. And the same for my grandmother and my aunt and my cousins. I used to like sitting and watching them do women's hair and smiles on the customers' faces when they were done. Really warm. What I'm most proud of today when it comes to barbering is the fact that at times I can get overwhelmed with business. And I love the fact that some people consider me the GOAT in my community. I'm not the GOAT, but a lot of people, love to check me on the fact I won a couple trophies. If I can show them. I won this Best Barber Live in 2019. First place. Best Barber Live tournament in Indiana champion. I won that. And then over here, I won first place in the fastest fade trophy. And this was in 2021. So I figured, you know what I'm saying? I felt that that's what validated me. You know what I mean? But I'm really proud that I was able to get these competition wins. In my opinion, how important is social media for barbers? It's very important. Social media, man, is where it's at. You know what I'm saying? There are millions of people on there. In fact, I use social media to help me when I got started. It took a while, but I use it as a positive platform to promote my business, and it's helped me out a lot. In fact, some people do book, on my social media platforms when they book appointments with me. Cool. And it's free. Do I think that younger barbers rely too much on social media? I don't think they rely enough. I think that they should use it more, in my opinion. My opinion on barbering competitions and other exposures, I really wish that there would be more. I know they do the Barber Brothers hair show every year in August, but I feel like there should be more competition because it's like iron sharpening iron, you know what I mean? So I would love to see more barbering competitions. My craziest client story was when I had a client come into my chair wanting only his beard trim. I gave him the price. He thought that my price was overpriced. I cut the man's hair. He decided that he wanted the whole entire thing. You know what I mean? He got up, had some money folded in his hand, put it in my hand, and ran out. Dude only gave me $9. I banned him. Yeah, I had to ban him, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, those are some of the things, you know what I'm saying, you deal with as a black business owner. A lot of people undervalue and underestimate. They figure because, you know what I'm saying, the color of your skin, that you're not business smart. That's another advice that I give to these up and coming barbers. Be business savvy. Be business smart, know your business, handle your business. Make sure your licenses are legit, make sure you're legit. Because people want to see you fail. Very few want to see you successful. You know what I'm saying? When you legit, got everything together, ain't nothing they can do about it. The cleanest fade style, in my opinion, is the ball fade. Hands down, the ball fade. It lasts longer, it's crispier, and you can't go wrong with it. bald fade is actually the cleanest to me. The most overused haircut right now is the mohawk. I am sick and tired of mohawks. Mohawks are so played out. In fact, I really wish people would stop requesting mohawks. It's overplayed. In fact, I hope that style never comes back. Definitely clippers. Hair clippers. My favorite brand is Wall. I'm hoping that somebody from the Wall brand ambassador department sees me, because I want to be a brand ambassador for Wall clippers. My favorite ones. I can zero gap my walls and give you a crispy hair. Yeah, I love Wall. Who cuts the barber? Well, for me, I cut my own hair. But sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I'll go to one of my other guys who's been in the industry for the longest. 9 times out of 10, the barber cut their own hair. Why is it important to spotlight barbers and entrepreneurs so the world knows that this is a legitimate industry? The majority of people that are doing barbering and hair are people of color. Thank God for people like Marjorie Stewart, Madam C.J. Walker, Lonzo Herndon. These are some people that you need to really research. Lonzo Herndon was one of the first black barbering entrepreneurs in Atlanta, Georgia. So he's not talked about a lot, but the man was very successful. Very successful. In fact, I think he went on to also selling insurance, because a lot of blacks back in the day couldn't afford insurance. So yeah, it opened doors to other things. So it's very important. It's very important. The world needs to know that this is actually a legitimate business, and they need to respect what we do. This outlaw barber society means to me, I love the fact that it gives us a platform to connect with other barbers and hopefully stylists in the future. I would love to see a brotherhood, a huge brotherhood of a million black barbers and entrepreneurs come together and do business with each other, network with each other, learn from each other, come up with ideas. We need to protect our industry, and I feel like OBS is a start for that. The message that I want to send to barbers nationwide is, hey man, there's room at the table for all of us. There's no need to compete, right? There's enough clients for everybody. What you do is your style, and it's how you do it. What I do is my style, it's the way I do it. Hey man, there's room for us all. Let's build up each other. Let's not tear each other down. You know what I'm saying? I wish you the best. I want to see you successful. I want to see you a multi-millionaire. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And I want to see more black-owned beauty supply stores. You know what I'm saying? So let's all get together, you know what I'm saying, with the help of OBS. And let's try to support the black-owned beauty supply stores so we can keep this dollar circulating in our culture.
Facts.
Where can people follow my work? You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Master Barber Bryan Lomax, Bryan with a Y, on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm Master Barber 317 on TikTok.